The Red Bull Rant is a free-flowing podcast with three soccer-loving idiots who don't know when to shut their dumb potty mouths. So listener discretion, yeah, it's pretty much advised.
Welcome, my friends, to the Show Never Ends. This is the Red Bull Rant podcast. I'm your host, Jason Iapicco.
I'm Truman, and this is episode 505, Wakey from the breaky.
Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the week off, because now it's back to whatever
Who
watching
knows?
this team is.
Right, we don't know. We just don't know.
Which, by the way, I mentioned this literally second before hitting record. I forgot to play this sound on this last episode, and I got to play it at least once now.
It's fucking embarrassing!
I had to play that for the last game.
You could maybe play that for the last two U.S. Friendly matches.
Oh, we'll get there in a minute, or a few minutes. Before we talk about that, though, the Red Bulls back in action this week. They will be hosting FC Cincinnati on Saturday, April 4th, 7:30 p.m. Why is it always Saturday before Easter? It feels like the Red Bulls host 95% of the time, the day before Easter.
I mean, I just can't complain right now because at least they're playing 7:30 on a Saturday.
True. Well,
Right.
Although in typical fashion, I can't watch live because I got plans for. But that's a me thing, not a everybody else thing.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. This year, FC Cincinnati's record is 2-0-3, 6 points, a -4 goal difference, 9th in the Eastern Conference. In 2025, Cincinnati was 25-9, 65 points, plus 12 goal difference, second in the East, so a sharp drop-off so far this year. Head-to-head last year was not good for us. We lost both home and away 1-0. Though, looking great for hosting a struggling team like we are, but another struggling team coming into this weekend. Predictions, Truman, since you are currently in the lead in prediction standings, you get to go first. What is your prediction for Saturday?
Well, one, I've heard that we are not good against FC Cincinnati, especially at home, which is not great. We don't know what the fuck's going on with this team. We know that the last game was a comedy of errors. Have they spent this entire week off actually getting their shit together? Has Michael Bradley learned his lesson about setting a proper roster and a good starting 11? I don't know. What is the best outcome? Because if they lose again at home, we're hitting the panic button, right? I think we're hitting it immediately, no matter what. Oh, God, we were so hopeful to start the year, and I feel like I can't be that way. Oh, geez, I don't even know. God, I think we could score at home. Can we draw at home? I don't think we can win at home. Am I going with the bland 1-1? I guess I'll go bland 1-1. I think that's the best outcome against this team, is that if they can at least get some kind of point out of this, maybe it's a better sign of things to come. But I don't know. I'm not holding my hopes high right now for this club.
I feel like I can't go anywhere except for a loss until they prove to me they can at least draw after the last game. I'm definitely going to do a loss. I don't think we're going to win this game. And they need to prove to me they can at least draw a game. Which is sad that we are, the sixth game in, and this is where we're at. Not even sure we can get a draw at home.
Yeah.
I'm going to say 2-1 loss because I feel like we have to score at least one at home, right? I mean...
Yes. We're not quite sure about that, but we can at least hope they can.
Okay, let me phrase it this way. in MLS, you should expect to score at least one goal at home.
Yes, XG 1 at home.
Actual goal 1. That's like bare minimum for a home game is your actual goal scores is 1.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure if they can hold off on giving up 2 goals. We'll see. I'm going to go with a loss. My predictions have been crap so far this year, so who knows? I only got 5 games. I got 1 point, so take my thoughts with a grain of salt.
Not so hopeful, the more I think we're going to be closer to reality.
So basically, I'm taking Pat's strategy and just riding until it happens.
Yeah.
Well, Pat's old strategy since he doesn't do this anymore, but yeah. Pat's reverse curse is that eventually he thought would just work out, but never did.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
All right. Anything else for the game coming up on Saturday?
I don't embarrass us, right? I mean, we'll have a little wrap at the end, but I don't know. We don't know what the fuck this team's going to be. We don't know who they're going to put on the field. We just don't fucking know. Are you going to actually start Choupo-Moting? I mean, that would be not a terrible idea, right? A real center back? I don't know. That would be nice too. We have no clue what's about to happen.
Well, we did just sign a center back, so
sure.
It would make sense to start him.
A lot of things would make sense. What do we know?
True. All right. Let's move on to sorry, please a second. New York Red Bulls 2. They haven't played since our last episode, and they're not going to play until after our next one either because the next match is at New England 2 on April 12th. Gotham FC 0-0 draw at home versus the Orlando Pride. So their record, which I did not update, give me 1 second. 1-2-1, a -1 goal difference, 5 points, 9th in the NWSL. Next match is this Saturday, April 4th, 4 p.m., where they will travel to take on the KC Current. If you're wondering why we're only 10 minutes in already into that, this is be a quick episode.
Yeah, KC Current's got a nice stadium. I drove past it once.
I mean, I would hope so. It was only open last year, I think.
Yeah, it's really nice looking. Right off the highway. Good looking place.
All right. With that, it is time for the F1 update.
And box now, box for hard. Stay out.
Fuck! Why? What I do?
Tire.
I figured this one was appropriate considering what happened with closing speeds.
Yes. There's still so much going on. Max finishing 8th in this race. But the big news is that since we're taking a big break, he's considering what his future is going to be. He's seriously considering taking a hiatus, retiring from Formula One. He, as we've already said, hates this car. Knows how bad it is. We don't know what in the fuck's going to happen during this break. And of course, with so much time off, the rumors are going to go crazy. Another struggling race. It's crazy to see a freaking teenager win 2 races, 3 into the season. Kimi Antonelli, I think, is the first teenager ever to win 2 races in his rookie season.
He's well, not his rookie season.
Oh, right. So, he's a teenager, not rookie season. Teenager.
Yes.
This is his
but he is the youngest to ever lead a Formula One championship.
And I mean, I think we can agree that it's going to be him and George Russell, right? It's no one's coming close.
Unless one of their cars breaks down.
Right. I mean, right now Ferrari's got a car that's good enough to, be a top 3. McLaren finally decided to finish a race.
Or start it in Piastri's case.
Yeah. So there's that, but I mean, there's going to be some big question marks for this Red Bull organization total. So that's actually the big thing. But now, again, we're on a long break until May. We're in there in Miami, so there's not much going to be talked about unless Max decides to do something crazy and declare that he is taking a hiatus at the end of the season.
Well, I think he's doing the 24-hour at Nuremberg during the this now F1 break.
Yeah.
Well, it's something he's been wanting to do for a while, so that's not surprising.
Well, the timing just kind of worked itself out, didn't it?
It did. Ollie Berman thankfully walked away with relatively no injuries. I think it was like a minor sprain.
Yep.
Which, for those that watch the crash, how you walk away from that with only a minor sprain, it's amazing. And
we'll say the safety technology in these cars are pretty amazing. Maybe
I was going to say that is also a huge feat of safety engineering that allowed that to happen. And it happened because cars close on the other cars too fast because the technology sucks in these engines right now.
Yep.
You got a 40, 50 kilometer difference. This is going to happen.
Yep. Bring it up again. Max Verstappen warned everybody about it. Drivers knew that this was going to happen.
Yep. But we're off until, what was it, like the second weekend in May?
Second weekend in May, I believe.
And it's in Miami?
When they're in Miami, yep.
So, thankfully, Red Bull Racing and Red Bull Soccer will not lose in Miami on the same weekend this year.
That's true. Good point.
All right. Let's move on to the dumping ground.
I'm the trash man.
Okay, first up, U.S. Open Cup. Red Bulls will know who they're facing in the round of 32. And if you're wondering why it seems early, it's probably because of the World Cup. Red Bulls will host the Pittsburgh Riverhounds on Wednesday, April 15th, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. If they were to win, they will play the winner of New York City FC or Westchester Soccer Club.
I'm going to guess we're not going to play Westchester Soccer Club if we beat the Riverhounds in our own building.
If we beat the Riverhounds, I think it would be very funny to play Westchester, though.
It would be.
Though, I'm going to say this honestly, it'd be more funny if Pittsburgh and Westchester played each other.
I mean, it is the Red Bulls, so
yeah,
there is a chance of that happening.
There is. That's why I'm saying it'd be funnier if that's how it happened.
Yeah.
Okay, U.S. men's team got kind of embarrassed over this international break. We will be lucky to get out of the group if this is how we see things happening. A 5-2 loss against Belgium, in which it was, I think, 1-1 at halftime.
Hey, we scored first. That was cool.
Yeah, technically scored first.
Yeah.
A 2-0 loss to Portugal. I think those were both in second half as well. Still have 2 warm-up matches coming up. Senegal in May 31st. Germany in June 6th. We also did find out group who our fourth team in the group is. So for the U.S., they're in Group D. The opponents in the group stage will be Paraguay, Australia, and Turkey. And think, it's not too bad. Well, yeah, Turkey's not exactly a slouch in this area. So
no, definitely not a pushover team.
No, they just had to go through UEFA, which had a lot of teams have to go through playoffs this year. So,
and I'm going to talk about one of those teams in our terrible team of the week, by the way.
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
that's right.
I have an idea of who it might be.
Oh, I bet you know who it is.
All right, so I'll be honest. I didn't watch the friendlies for the U.S. At this point, I don't have enough investment in the team to go watch every friendly.
No, I'm not either. I pay attention to the scores. You know, I follow a little bit online, but I'm kind of the same way.
Yeah. World Cup tickets, though.
Oh my God!
Yes.
Oh my God! The most expensive ticket for World Cup final has now gone up to over $10,000.
I saw you can get even as high as like 11.
Yep, I went on to Ticketmaster just for funsies to kind of get a sneak preview of what some of the tickets would cost up at in Foxborough, which will be called Boston Stadium. Fun fact: you can't even see Boston from Foxborough, but it will be Boston Stadium. That's a whole nother topic we can get into because FIFA takes over everything when they move into these stadiums.
Except for Atlanta, which we'll get to in a minute.
Tickets for Scotland, Haiti on Ticketmaster, cheapest right now are $900. That's right.
The cheapest is 900.
900 is the cheapest ticket that I saw. I went to one of the other ticket resale websites. I think the cheapest was like 700 and something dollars. But
Wow.
don't worry, that's their all-in pricing. So that's everything. So don't worry about added fees. You only have to spend $900. Now, the other thing you could talk about, which is also fucking completely insane, is prices for the parking. So for the first early games in Foxborough, because there's going to be limited parking too, the cheapest parking pass, I believe, is about $150, and for oversized vehicles, $600. Later stages of the games, like the quarterfinals, the oversized parking pass is $1,000, and then the cheapest one is, I think, $600. So don't drive.
Okay.
If you're going to MetLife, you can't drive because that will, I believe, all be public transit to that game, one way or the other.
I think I've
Shuttles or
seen
train.
that, yeah.
Yep. So no one will be parking at the stadium. These prices are fucking absolutely batshit crazy.
Where were you looking for these prices?
Ticketmaster.
Okay. I'm looking at StubHub, which is its own whole other thing. In Philly, for Brazil versus Haiti, cheapest ticket is I don't know if it's $842 per ticket or $842 total. No, $842 per ticket. To get to two of these, it would be $1684.
2 tickets, almost $2,000.
Ivory Coast versus Ecuador is $725 a ticket. France versus Iraq is $811 a ticket. Let's see what else. Croatia versus Ghana comes in at $584 tickets, the cheapest one so far. Okay, a heavy knockout round of 16. You want to take a guess at the cheapest one for that?
I mean, that's got to be like $1,300.
$1,086.
Yeah,
For a
crazy.
game that you don't know who's playing yet.
Right. I mean, this is a it's a fucking crime. So up in Foxborough, the Kraft family is pretty much leasing all of the land to FIFA, right? I had a customer the other day who has a family friend who works for the Revs. He pretty much has to clean out his office up at Gillette Stadium. He has to get all his shit out because FIFA's moving into everything. So they run, obviously, the parking, the ticket pricing, the merchandise, the concessions, and they will control that entire Patriot place, it's the stadium, not everything surrounding because there's a lot of restaurants and stuff there. And they're gouging everybody. I know there's European fans that are absolutely infuriated over this cost because they still have to fly here and pay for a hotel, and then deal with these absolutely outrageous prices almost everywhere. Almost everywhere. But this, like, it has just, I don't know, ruined the excitement of the World Cup, plus add on all the other shit that's going on in the U.S. right now. But these prices are the dream of, like, you or I, just like, oh my God, I finally get to go to a World Cup game. Fucking forget about it. I'm not going to be able to go to a game.
I remember when I was looking at the tickets prices for the lottery, right? And the prices I was just quoting were resale.
Mm-hmm.
In the lottery was at least $160 a ticket. I was like, no, it's too rich for my blood. I have to go up to Philly. I think was the closest. To go up to Philly, pay for parking, whatever. And this is before whatever. And I'm pretty sure in Philly they're going to be stricter parking too.
Oh,
like
100%.
Before knowing anything else, I was like, $150 each to go to one World Cup game? No, I wasn't going to do it.
And that's the dream. $150 now when you look at it. Oh my God, amazing. What a cheap ticket that is. You're not going to get close to that.
Yeah, I think so. Last year when I went to the South Korea friendly, I'm pretty sure I paid at most, and I'm doing this off memory because I don't have the seat in front of me. You know what? I'm going to find it. So now I am curious how much I paid for those. This has the price on it. No, there's no price on that one. Of course, I'm not going to have the receipt with the actual price, because that'd be too easy.
Yeah.
I think I paid total for 2 tickets. I think I paid like $150 for 2. I was like, you know what? For what this game is, and it was lower level, I was like, I'll do it. If you told me I would pay $200 total for 2 tickets for the World Cup, yeah, I would have bought that one.
100%.
$150 each, and I was like, no, fuck that.
At this point, I would have done $150 for a World Cup ticket. But it's just, dude, it blows
I knew what the
mind.
resale market was going to be. I would have.
How expensive it is.
Near the resale market, I would have bought it just to resell it.
Yeah, yep. You could have made 4 times what you paid.
Yeah.
Or more. 4 or 5 times what you'd pay for a ticket.
I mean, so if I paid $150 a ticket and it was $800 per, I mean, we're already talking at that point like a 300% increase. Or like paid for my ticket and like a month of my car payment at the same time.
It just sucks. It's just it just put a damper on the whole. Like it's hard to get hyped, right? It's so hard to get excited for the World Cup. The U.S. is probably not going to do very well. I could see them getting out of the group, but I don't see them advancing any further than maybe getting out of the group. So you have that. You have these ticket prices. You have everything that's going on, like stuff I don't even get into. But like it's I don't know. I'm not excited. I hate that. I hate I'm not excited for the World Cup. And it's here. And we should be excited. But FIFA has done everything to make sure you are not excited about this World Cup.
Between FIFA and the current geopolitical climate, it's just...
It's a fucking disaster.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I'll wait until 3 hours before kickoff for the Scotland game and maybe throws a couple tickets on super cheap and I'll just fucking take the train down. Because I don't know. That's the only ways I'm going to be able to go to a game. The only way. There's no other possible way to get to a game. God, you could pay less to go to a fucking Formula One event.
Yeah, weren't we offered tickets and it was going to be like $500 for the weekends like a year ago?
Yeah, that would have been easier.
And that would have just required going into Canada, but still, we probably could have gotten the flights for everything and been less than $1,000 all in.
Fuck, I'd have driven.
That would have been for a weekend.
Yeah. Yep.
Plus whatever support races, so it would have been more than just F1.
Yep. Yeah, you would have seen a ton of shit. It would have been great. Whole experience. Fuck, I might still do it.
Just make sure you have your passport.
Oh no, don't worry. That is safely stashed. I have that all set.
Okay. I have nothing else for dumping ground, unless you do.
I think the only other thing I wanted to mention real quick is that I did see the video of Inter Miami's new stadium. Looks very nice, well designed. It has the covering around the seats, which you should definitely have in Miami. As much as I think Inter Miami's a crock of shit because, of course, they get what they want, which is nonsense. But I'm a bitter New York Red Bulls fan. Beautiful stadium. I know they'll pack the place when Messi's there because, of course, they will. But when he's gone in a couple years, I hope people still turn out because it is a really nice looking stadium. And then finally, they also got a stadium before NYCFC did. Now that's not going to last because they'll be moving the new stadium next year. But still, Inter Miami beat them to a stadium as well.
Well, in fairness, they had, I don't want to say competent ownership. Their ownership had a plan when they started.
Yes, and they had an easier path to building one too.
True, it is easier getting a stadium in Miami than New York City.
Yes.
Is that it for dumping ground?
I think that's all I wanted to talk about.
Okay. Then it's time for the last segment of the show, Truman's Terrible Team of the Week.
That's terrible.
All right, who do you think it is?
Italy.
It's Italy. It's Italy. They failed to qualify for World Cup for the third straight time. Perennial powerhouse. It can't even win playoff games at this point. That is an embarrassment. Was it the president for their federation stepped down, resigned,
Yep.
I believe, today?
Yes.
That is, my God. I mean, what are all those fake Italian guys from New Jersey going to do now in Staten Island? Who are they going to root for? They actually root for the U.S.? Like, how are they going to bring themselves to do that? I just don't know.
At least when France almost didn't make the World Cup, the one year Thierry Henry had the presence to sacrifice a red card to make his team advance.
That's right. So, yeah, it's a little fucking shocking. It's a little shocking that this club that's like always great with one of the top, leagues in the world has failed 3 times.
Well, clearly a domestic league does not translate to international success. So,
yeah.
All right. Should we wrap this one up?
Let's wrap it up.
Okay. You can visit us at patreon.com/Red Bull Rant. $1 a month gets you exclusive content whenever we decide to do it. I want to thank our producers, Jeremiah Dempster, Steven Santos, Eddie Delecto. Thank you for supporting the show. Email us, redbullrant@gmail.com. You want to call us, leave a voicemail, 973-348-5329. Facebook.com/RedBullRant. On Blue Sky at Red Bull Rants for the show, at Dr. Stooge, myself at the Truman for Truman. Instagram and Threads at Red Bull Rant, at Dr. Stooge, at Truman237. Subscribe via iTunes, YouTube Music, YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify, pretty much anywhere you can find a podcast. Last words before we get out of here.
Yes, Eddie, thank you for calling in. That's actually Eddie who called in, even though we
that
did not
was?
recognize
Okay.
his voice whatsoever. He sounded completely different. But he does message us letting us know it was he and his friend who called in. We should have known better. He is the man for calling and leaving in great voicemails. But I encourage anybody to call and leave great voicemails because we might be even saltier after this weekend. That being said, I hope we're wrong. I don't think we are. But it would make for a great weekend if the Red Bulls got their shit together and won a game.
Yes, absolutely. Truman and myself, this has been episode 505 of the Red Bull Rant. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, go Red Bulls.
See you later.